guys, welcome back to Healthy at Home. My name is Brent from the Good Start program, and today we are going to be cooking you Luau, Manuia and Galo. Basically, Luau Manuia is a little package wrapped up in taro leaves with coconut cream, onions and Manuia, which is lamb, wrapped up in foil and then steamed or baked. And then the galo is just taro. I'm gonna use the galo to accompany the luau dish. I'm gonna get my dad to come see. If you would like to make this at home, the things you will need for this is taro leaves. Now you can buy these from either an Indian spice shop and predominantly in places like Logan, or you can grow your own. You need some lamb, the Manuia. You need some light coconut cream, 1 onion, and then the last thing you need is galo. And also with the galo, you can find these at your Indian shops as well. So let's start. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is cut the lamb. Now we just got some lamb 4/4 chops, and we're just going to remove the bones and dice up the lamb. Get yourself a sharp knife like this one. What is this? And I'd also recommend with the lamb that because we are making this healthier, to cut as much fat off the lamb as you can. Lamb will give the dish additional amount of protein, and we know that protein is good for our muscles. So we're going to add the lamb into it. Okay, once you've done that, you can discard your fatty pieces and bones straight into the bin. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is move on to our taro leaves. And I'm going to grab my dad to help me prepare these. Dad!
Don't put me on the camera.
Just come do one. Yeah, stand here, they can't see you. With these, the first thing you need to do is to cut the stems off, and then also we're going to pull off this part of the leaf. We're going to pull that off. And the reason why we're pulling that off is because this part has some like crystal-like particles in it, and this is what makes your throat itchy. So we're going to cut the stem off. This is the leaf. We're going to rip the bottom part off here, just like that. So we're going to use 18 leaves to make around 3 to 4 parcels. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that now. Where did this dish come from?
Samoa.
Like, do you know when it started? Who started it? How long have you been eating this for? Since you were born? So a long time.
They also put pork nasi, but you know, salty. They're very nice.
So apparently they used to eat this with anything in Samoa.
Is the camera on?
Oh no, you can go, because I'm going to edit
this one to get the steamer.
I'll edit it so to make sure you're not in there.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Have you had both before?
I mean, I don't really eat Samoan food. Hey Dad.
You like Maori food. Where's the fat?
Because we are making this healthier, to cut as much fat off the lamb, discard your fatty pieces straight into the bin. You can't have fat. It's healthy. Taro leaf is actually really nutritious for you. We have some vitamin C, good for your immune system. It has vitamin A, which is good for your eyes. It has calcium, which is good for our bone development. And then it also has magnesium, which helps to support our muscles and our nerves. Grab some aluminium foil.
The last leaf.
Now's the time to prepare the luau. We have the big leaf at the bottom, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves. And then you want to finish with the small leaves at the top. So you're going to need to make a cup out of it in the palm of your hand. First thing we're going to do is add the Manuia or the lamb. The next thing we're going to add is the onion, which I already diced. And the last thing we're going to add is the light coconut cream. The last thing we do is just to wrap it up. So just wrap it up like a little parcel. Wrap it up into the foil. Just like that. And that's one. Now I'm going to go ahead and make another one, and that's going to be me and Elkin's lunch. In about 1 hour's time we're going to come back and we're going to give it a taste test, okay? So let's pop it in. In the meantime, we are going to prepare our galo.
Oh, mango galo is mango.
Oh, it's not
Dried look.
How can you tell if it's dry?
It's supposed to be like that one, that color. Get one of those galo. Tell your company to buy my galo. So if the galo turn up like that, then it's no good for body. You can buy galo like this. Just first.
Yeah.
Do you think it's good to feast you with the can?
Yeah, well, that's how we do it.
In Samoa, we don't have potato peelers. This is the potato peeler. So you use a can of coconut cream and you cut off the bottom like this, and then you use this to peel whatever you're peeling.
See how it doesn't take off much of the flesh? It's just the
That's
skin.
right, just the skin in. Because yes, when we're using the peeler, it takes off so much skin. Look at this. Alright, so getting there, once you've fisi your kalo or peeled your taro, we're going to slice it up into bite-sized pieces and then going to boil it. Alright, so pop that into the pot. Our luau is steaming in the pot there. The pot is boiling the taro. Alright guys, we are back. Our luau mamoi and our kalo should be ready now. I'm going to check it. It's been about 1 hour and 15 minutes in total. Okay, this is our kalo, which has been boiled and it's pretty tender. I can feel it with the fork. Open our luau here and I hope it is cooked. Very good. Tasty. We don't have coconut cream on the kalo because this is a healthy version. So we've just boiled this and you can just use the coconut cream from your luau as a dipping sauce. Now, that's actually really good. If you like this recipe, then you're definitely gonna like next week's one. Otherwise, I'm gonna I'm gonna go enjoy this for my lunch. Why don't you give it a go too? We'll see you next week. Sarah! Keep it down. I need to do that whole thing again. Talofa lava and welcome back to the show. My name is Brent from the Good Start program and today we are making Pai Fala or pineapple half moon pies. Yeah, according to my dad, this is a Samoan recipe and usually we make this for dessert. Obviously it's in the name pineapple pie. Damn. We just need to wait for that plastic bag to stop. This is a traditional Samoan dessert and there are different ways to make this pineapple custard pie. You can put it in a baking tray and just make it as one pie, or how we're going to make it today is as half moon pies. So basically, because this is a healthier version, one of the ways to make it healthier is by reducing the portion size, and usually they make it in a bigger plate, but we're going to make it in the smaller plate. I haven't made this before personally myself, so this is going to be a little challenge and I hope it works out. If you like to make this at home, there's 2 steps to making it, the filling and then the pastry. And what you will need to make the filling is what we're going to make first, is 500 mils of milk, 1 can of, That's the milk over there. So what you will need to make the filling is 500 mils of milk, 1 can of crushed pineapple, drained. Usually we have 1 cup of sugar, but to make it healthier, we are reducing it to half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of custard powder. And to add to that is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. What you'll need for the pastry is 3 cups of wholemeal flour. We've substituted usual plain flour for a healthier alternative. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, 1 cup of coconut milk, and a 1/3 cup of butter. Alright, so let's start making it now. You want to start by turning on your... First thing you want to do is add 500 mils of milk to the pot. Okay, and then to the milk we're going to add our can of crushed pineapple which has been drained. The next thing you want to add is your 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Alright, the next thing you want to add is your custard powder, and this is 2 tablespoons. Okay, and keep stirring it, and this is going to give it this beautiful yellow color. Okay, and then to this mixture, the last thing I want to add is half a cup of sugar. So the mixture, if your mixture is a little bit too runny, what you can do is mix some corn flour with water and then add it bit by bit just to make the mixture a bit thicker. And you want to make sure that the custard powder and the sugar has fully dissolved. Oh, smells good. So the other reason why we're using less sugar is because we're using pineapple and it's already sweet enough. So we want to use the sugar just to enhance the flavour of the pineapple and not to overpower the recipe altogether.
If
the mixture is looking a little bit lumpy, you can get your whisk out and use the whisk to try and make it as smooth as possible. Just make sure your stove's still on. I wonder why. Okay, so the filling's ready now, and we want to put it to the side and allow it to come to a room temperature before we put it into the pastry. Pack this away and we're gonna move. Can you close the front door, please? While we set up for the pastry making, you want to preheat your oven to 180. And thanks to my assistant, clear your workspace. Now's the time to make the pastry. So we're just gonna go ahead and add everything into the bowl. Just so.
No, you don't add the milk in now.
Oh.
Because you have to add the butter to the flour. Then mix the butter with flour before you mix with milk. Or plenty bowl.
This is why we edit. Yes. Okay, so to start our pastry off, we are going to add our dry ingredients. So our baking powder and salt to the to the wholemeal flour, and then just mix that together. Okay, once you've mixed that, we're going to add our butter. You can choose to use a blender if you want, but if you don't have one, just use your hands. We're going old school, and you just want to mix that butter well into the flour.
It's kind of like crumb bread.
Crumb bread?
Yeah, just like that.
Until it's like a breadcrumb. Alright, so once your flour mixture has come to a breadcrumb-like consistency, we can go ahead and add our light coconut milk and continue mixing with your hands. Okay, so once your dough has formed into something like this, we're going to pour the ingredients out onto the bench. If you notice your dough is a little bit dry, just wet your hands just to moisturize it.
I think that's it.
Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is roll it out into some flat sheets. Alright, so once you've come to this stage and you have formed your dough balls, we can start to roll it out. You're going to grab your rolling pin and add some flour to it and to the bench so that it doesn't stick. And then let's roll it out. Alright, so now that the dough is flat, and then we just want to scoop the filling directly into the middle of the dough. So when you brush the edges, you just want to brush half of it, and then with the half, and with the half that is not brushed, we're going to fold that side over the top of the brush side. And just be very careful and gentle. Alright, and once you've done that part and it's nicely symmetrical, you're going to grab your two fingers and flatten it, or your thumb, and flatten it down to make sure the filling doesn't escape. And then we're going to grab a fork and then we're going to pleat the edges. Alright, so that's what it looks like so far with the pleated fork pattern. I'm just pretty proud of myself right now, I'm stressing out. So also need to poke some holes at the top of the pastry, and then we're going to cut off the excess pastry around here. And then that's it. We're going to pop it into the oven and then we're going to bake it for about 20 minutes and we can devour it after that. We'll come back to you for the final taste test. I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of them and we'll see you back shortly. Alright, so we're back. Our pineapple pie, or our Pai Fala, is now ready. And this is what it looks like, the end result. And if you're wondering what this is here, silly me grabbed the plate out of the oven with my bare hands. But I'm gonna cut this in half and I'm gonna look at the inside. So we have our pineapple custard filling with our wholemeal pastry. And the things that we have done to make this healthier is that we've reduced the sugar by half. We have substituted the regular milk for skim milk, the coconut cream for light coconut milk, and plain flour for wholemeal flour. Change the normal butter to a olive oil based butter, so that's also healthy. Alright, and also the other thing is that we've reduced the portion size. Usually they make these on a bigger plate, but we have made these on a smaller one, and I think this is a good size. This is all you need, you don't need any more. So why don't you give this a go at home? And let us know in the comments if you make it and if you like it. We'll see you next week and have a great weekend. Have a great day. Bye. You alright? Just burnt my hand grabbing the plate out of the oven. Make sure you use mitts or a tea towel. This is not fun.
Whakatalofa tuki a koutou katoa. Former Tuvaluan Prime Minister Enele Sopoaga once said, if we save Tuvalu, we save the world.
Pasifika TV and radio are on the lookout for innovative and creative minds to help save and shape the future of our Pacific through programming, technical experience and exciting community developments through our multimedia platforms.
With a dynamic team of over 30 volunteers across Australia and the Pacific, we contribute in our spare time to a vision that includes bringing a Pacific perspective, shining a light on our culture, our spirituality, our language, our people, and our stories.
If you have a skill you'd like to share, a passion to build, want to add some work experience to your resume from home or in Brisbane, then we'd love to hear from you.
Fluency in a Pacific language is an advantage, but not a necessity.
Share your idea and let us know who you are by Facebook Messenger or email pacificaonair@gmail.com.
If we save the Pacific, we can influence the entire world.
If we save the Pacific, we can influence the entire world. But it starts with us.
Each journey starts with one step, a step that can impact generations. COVID-19 is now part of our journey in Aotearoa. We now need to lean on our faith, culture, and come together as a family and a community to journey towards possibilities. Let's journey for each other. Get your COVID-19 vaccine.
Thinking about learning Tongan, or you'd like your children to be taught the Tongan language? Look no further than the Queensland Tongan Language School. The Queensland Tongan Language School offers a diverse Tongan language course covering reading, writing, listening, and most importantly, speaking. Our team of dedicated teachers delivers 6 lessons during school term, including face-to-face classes in Logan on Brisbane's south side for our Joeys or preschoolers, koalas, our primary school students, and our wombats or high school students. But that's not all. To ensure flexibility, we deliver online as well with our Brumbies or adult beginners class and our Emus or second year adult class and our Crocodiles or masterclass for those who want to learn advanced Tongan. Enrollments are welcome for our online classes from across Australia and around the world. All students are welcome to attend our Kalapu Talanoa or weekly informal conversational club to practice speaking Tongan with our community elders. Don't forget our Pen Pal program with Friends of Tonga, just another great way to learn. Enroll today at brisbanetongancommunity.com/QTLS or drop us an email to brisbanetongancommunity@gmail.com. The Queensland Tongan Language School. Koe hakao e ahoni, koe whanua o apongpongi. Today's reef is tomorrow's land. Enroll today and start your journey learning the Tongan language.
Maloelele. As an Olympian, I know what it's like to push for your personal best, to go beyond the limits of endurance, and to be faster, higher, and stronger. As a Tongan and a Pacific Islander, I come from a generation of ocean warriors, traditional navigators, and natural pioneers. Giving up is not in our vocabulary. Pacifica TV and radio is a voice for our Pacific people, sharing our stories, our traditions, our culture, our language, and a message of hope for our people, by our people. Show your support and build with us as we power forward to the finish line.
Awane ngalo mai mo tata pukalame o le abefe awale tala lei I laua la leo malau TV o le Pacifica TV and Radio. So se meo le lalolangi e mai mua mai ai po au se talia nei.
Ko mele makelesi. Ko hai ka mele.
Ko mere makeresi ka wapalu whāti. Makeresi, malo e tau mo e ngau e lahi meri poanena. O whalahi ata e polokalama nat meri e ka te koe i he pongpongi ni makeresi whako e tahe kau whai o ngongo o e reti o meri poane. Pea pehe whoki a te koe Elizabeth Niu, hik fo loa ho puri ko ni ku ke asma pompongi ni o fala ya te polokalama ke te koe pe fo ka te vita aurika naua senturi naua ko sio mo ko te vita mo aunga mo ke ngawe he misini ke mo ma fa ngawe aunga ke hotel community
yo fango fu pe ko soka ye mele mo fango fu pe nga misini ya
pa ko no kwako e rea whakatonga me ki me ako Simon e rea whakatonga me ki he pompongi ko e molotonga mea mai ke Pacifica TV mo re tio o e I Brisbane mo tau manat meri e pomponi how sweet e tau manat meri e pomponi ni pe whakarata ko ia laine ko ata fi me ki katako sio ke maika he ku me amai e kau whanongo tuai pe awia me ke o kou sai pe awia malawa se a mek na aku
e mele ko fema ke tuko mai ki loto na manatu meri e ko he ko fema o ke kilo he os historia asleria ho kilo ko fema o lai pe a historia ko itonga
tala to fen me ke alo lawe to hitapu pa ke lau mo tiksinare pa ke lau ma to check and chill when up the hill. Kaki mau ko hame te au.
Sinari patonga. Ko ki ilo pa kuife. Hingai ahon.
Ko me tata ke ngawe aki ka wa ava tata. Ko ya ngai manat meri ko pom ko ni fie mau hakau manat meri. O te mau tui mau to ka mek.
Mau tu kumai. Mai.
Mau ilo ai pe fa hefa. Ke hei hono tala ona ko fonua fia pa se matavi tau sila ke mea mai pe ke to onga e kau fahe i he tau polokalama mau e me ke fia lahi he ne hau o kaunga kau ko ene fia ko iaha no taimi ke tuku mai ke aonga ki he tau community ke te ko e makeresi senturi fe ao o ko tu fo ke fare koloa o makeresi i kumra ko ia meki i kumra I tena mera o whalaiat ka te koe makeresi o whape o kurerei pe ai businessi I he kaingatonga koe ki businessen ai whiwhine tonga mo no hoa ke mo katake atu ki tena mera ai I he hyperdome ta whaakto matau mo wafe atu ai mo whare atu pe ki a makeresi pe a moe tau proud ake tau kautonga e nau ngahi foto businessi o ko whakahoko ko ia ma
ka taani haki wharekoloa whakalata e mele o wai I he wharekoloa ko ni o wai ki area ki playground ki he whanau whakameki ki pero ki lota shopping I lewa
meki tasi meki o te ke totongi ia o pau ke totongi ka pau te tatu uaki ka kuhange pen ha whakari ka tu ka te koe makeresi ata ape tau polokalama Pacifica TV mo re te oke o mi hau ki whanongo Pake koe ki I seniti si pe ia ke tala aki pea e lava le vato koni ke ao mo meki na mau hamaki I pu kofi. Ko Koe tau floor show he pompong ni atai totongi pe ia. Ko ia mo mamata pe ki mo to ko fa fia pe ki mo tolu. I he fu epok fo o ko en ko hoko ke ameki. Ko lava en ke whakarere, ko hauia ke whakarere tiksinare en erea whakatonga he pompongin. Pe a koutu ko konga ia meki ai, ko ni kai ke toi tukono ni ma ona ki lalo. Ngalo ia ai ko au e ose programa poni, ko lavea hok ta whaakto o he ma. I ngai tau tā ko ni ku whai e meki. Kai ke ko Pasifika TV mo re te oe no mo mea mai ki ai. Ko iau ate whamalo lai ka te moto.
Lava, maloe lelele, ula vinaka, namaste, kia orana, whakalofalohi atu, and malo ni. And here we are the Pasifika TV and Radio Kids. Oh look, it's a notification. Oh, it's just a notification on my phone. Hey, is that Friday Night Live? It's Friday Night Live, I hate this show. Do you want to watch it with me? Yes. Okay, let's go. I've never phone anyway.
Malo lele, and welcome to Friday Night Live, straight from the studio Pacifica.
Before we keep continuing to watch this, here's a few things that you can do to enter in giveaways and also be a part of our family. Here are a few steps. First, what you want to do is you can actually subscribe on YouTube, or you can follow us on Facebook. So if you want to do it on YouTube, all you have to do is press that subscribe button right there and hit the notification bell and put it on to all so you can get notifications whenever we're on. Yep. And make sure to watch it every Friday in the Samoan channel on Thursday and the Niuean channel on Wednesday. The type of shows you're going to be seeing on Pasifika TV and radio are shows like we have a Niuean program at the moment, we also have a Samoan one, and we have a Tongan one. We also have a Tongan Christian one and a Tongan Carver one. And make sure to watch the Tongan news though. Tongan News, yes, Pasifika News. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video for Pasifika TV and Radio, and make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Bye!
No, no, for